Send it.
Oh, send it already.
Okay, good job.
Okay, no.
Welcome back to Twin
Whatever,
City Peaks,
shut up.
episode 30.
Shut
We
up.
have our first guest from episode 29 to 30. Big difference. New mics, new soundboard,
Headphones.
headphones now,
Headphones
so we
is
can
totally
actually hear
different too,
ourselves and we
yeah.
probably aren't yelling on each
Yeah,
other
That's true.
and can be a little bit more cautious.
Fuck's
and
sakes.
a guest who is the guy that we originally came up with the idea with.
So you know what's really cool? We just spent the last half an hour recording something that we couldn't hear.
Yeah, and I did all of this already.
Yay.
So can I just keep my enthusiasm before I go hang myself? Thank you.
No,
This
no, I don't care.
This is going so
This-
much, so good. So good, guys.
this entire podcast though, the founding idea was
This is
at
the fourth time this has happened.
at a fifth or less.
No, you can get the new equipment. You can't take.
Can't
Yeah.
take the retard out of the.
No. We need to get a producer.
Fucking
But
Christ.
see, we're not qualified for anything.
No, we're just flying by the seat of our pants.
Like,
I didn't know the headphone jack worked for these stupid headphones, and all it took was you guys to be like, well, try plugging it in. I was like, I did. And then we
I don't know.
tried
Have
it
you
again,
tried
and it worked.
plugging it in?
I was like, yes, I did.
and the funny part of this is you plugged it in, it
It
worked.
Yeah. Stupid fucking.
It's because we're here, though.
No, it
the
is.
True,
Here.
that's the true.
No,
reason.
it's like at work every time I call my foreman, I'm like, yo, this thing's broken. Like, I don't know
Gets
how.
there.
He gets there.
What's wrong
and
with
it
it?
works fine. And I'm just like,
I'm gonna lose it on you, buddy. Like, fuck.
and then my favorite, he gets to the bottom of the stairs and it breaks again. And then it's usually like broken. He's like, oh, you weren't just fucking with me.
God damn it.
I mean, this same thing kind of happened to me today. I was setting up a mic, and I was doing everything to get audio in. I'm like, why the fuck isn't this working? I'm doing all the combinations. I go up to someone else. I'm like, I can't figure this out. He comes, does the same thing I did. It works. I'm like, are you fucking kidding
I'm
me?
so mad.
I just look incompetent now. What the fuck?
Exactly. Now you're like, great. Now I don't even know what I'm doing on my own.
Who am I?
Sweet. Yeah, fantastic. I love
Do we give Cole like a chance to like talk about
that.
himself?
Well, either way, fucking let's get this rolling.
yeah.
Show.
So
on
like,
the go.
what? Who are you? What do you do?
Did we even say? Oh yeah, I was rambling when you said episode 31.
Yeah. No, it's episode 30, but good job.
Hey, episode 31. You fuck.
Hey, because you halfway through, you're like,
You literally were like, oh, it doesn't matter. So, and then you started. Whatever. Okay.
They're
It's 'cause you made
fighting
it all weird.
live on.
We-
The fists are going to be
we
thrown.
recorded this episode and the last one, or 31 today, but we did it backwards. So now it's all confused. We're sorry.
but episode 30 has a guest, so like, suck
This
it.
is really cool.
Who are you? What do you do?
My name's Cole. I am a university student. I do computer science. I don't know what you want.
I don't know. What are you interested in? What are we
That
going to
was
talk
awesome.
about?
That was so-
There's
so
too
good.
many things to be interested in.
I
This
don't
is
know
fair.
what
Anything
you
tech
want.
related, I probably looked into it at some point. And I was
don't
like,
know
damn,
what
this
you
shit is
want.
interesting as fuck.
And what,
then
you're interested in business, stuff like that?
business, yeah. I do website for the Algoma University Business Society. I did the esports program there.
That's sick.
Yeah, no, he's a more technical guy as far as it comes
Yeah,
to tech, but also
fucking right.
also likes business and entrepreneurship and most things we talk about on here, which is great. That's why he's the
Along
first
with all
guest.
the discussing shit that we think that is appropriate to be put online.
Yeah, okay. At least I try to steer it business wise. Sometimes we get a little.
Oh yeah. I
You
can
know, sometimes
probably
business deals with blowing hookers. You know, who
No,
knows?
that's
It's
actually there you go.
cocaine and hookers, but
Get it right. It's
oh, you said
femboys these
blow,
days.
but
Fanboy. Oh, true. It's moved.
It's moved.
It's
The
moved.
Gen Z hookers.
Exactly. You gotta get into the fanboys.
yo,
guys.
Roblox.
Roblox. You would smash a Roblox?
No, like never mind.
No. You gotta finish your thought now. It's
No,
this
it's
is
gone.
happening. No, it's
No.
too bad. I don't
We're
care.
gonna move on.
So Roblox.
Should be making
What
my
about Roblox?
Roblox, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, you never see like Roblox memes?
To be honest,
Oh, am I
not
12?
really.
Like,
like that's kind of what I'm saying. Not really.
No, like people.
yo,
like
you guys ever
mocking,
just
like,
spend money on
and,
Roblox?
like-
No,
I've never
because
even played
that's-
Roblox.
That's still in the vein of like, what are you watching?
Man, I'm surprised.
TikTok is weird, man.
I'm surprised that game is still around. I played that game when I was like 8 years old, and it's still fucking going.
Okay, but you got, folks, you got to remember these are youngins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When they're saying 8 years old, that's only a dozen years.
that's like 4 years ago. No, I'm kidding.
You know what I mean? I at least was nice and said the real number. Yeah, it's like 4 fucking years ago. Whereas for me, that shit was like last afternoon to me.
Yo, dude, get it right. It was 14 years
I
ago.
mean, I played Minecraft
Wait,
when
no,
it was
that
in
was
an
wrong.
alpha.
Yo, same.
Oh, did you actually?
Yeah,
Damn, you
I
must have been young when you
I
were
played
playing.
the
Oh yeah.
beta.
Well, I had 2 older brothers, so
I was like
if they played it, I played it.
beginning high school, I think, when Alpha was.
Yeah, I was like 8.
2009.
I was like 7 years old. I was
Yeah,
hopping
dude,
on
that's
the,
so crazy.
I was on the craft young. What can
That's
I say?
wild. That's so wild.
I
How
was-
old are you now today, Cole?
21.
Okay, so
Same age as me.
yeah, I was gonna say you guys are the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just a few months behind there.
A few months behind what?
What?
Okay.
Behind him.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, when's your birthday?
May.
Okay, yeah. He's older. I'm the youngest one here,
Yeah.
as always. Fuck.
As always, yeah, it seems that way, huh?
Also, the
Like
least-
even at the gym, right?
the youngest?
Technically in that like friend circle.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If we don't count
I'm
the high
not
school
counting
kids.
every fucking.
No. Yeah, no.
High school,
Yeah.
high school kids.
I
I love
the
them.
youngest.
Hey, actually, I'm pretty sure some of them watch our.
Oh, we
pod.
love
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
at the gym.
No, absolutely, and I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying, like,
Do you see
Yeah.
that Gen Z is the
Different minds.
swollest generation?
is it actually?
Uh,
Okay,
What-
but
do we-
based on who?
do we-
What do
uh,
we fall under?
We're Gen Z
We are?
because under us is Gen Alpha. Gen Z is they made Planet Fitness increase their price for their gym by 50% because you know their business model is like
yes,
getting a bunch of people pay the $10
and hope that nobody actually
Yeah.
comes.
But
Same
we're
as
coming.
them.
we're going to the gym.
That's
So,
so
they're like,
crazy.
oh shit, we can't run this same thing. We're a cheap gym and people are coming. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh wow, that's kind of interesting. I wonder if Fitfiless is suffering from the same kind of idea.
They must be. If Planet Fitness
It's
is
the same. It's the same business model.
Yeah,
it's
it's the
literally
same
the
thing.
same fucking thing, and
So
they're
they
both
must be.
roughly the same price.
I wish I saved one where it's like it was Gen Z versus like millennial and the differences, and like as far as stuff like the gym and stuff like that, Gen Z are a little bit more awake, whereas millennials are more of like a silent, like
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
kind of like robotic almost, like
Yeah.
they don't vary from the path.
So I would say that it's more like they kind of stay in their own millennial lane. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like they don't really. Yeah. And that's kind of why I felt like I was always a weirdo. Because I never really fit that way. You know what I mean? I never felt like I was always staying on the same
And
fucking
like
track.
millennials don't question as much, and like are kind of more just like
And that
that's
was
what the
never my
government
thing.
says.
Yeah,
and
I was like, what
whereas
the fuck?
our generation kind of questions things
Yeah,
more.
yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't you be millennial or are you Gen Z?
I am a millennial.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
millennial.
dude, I'm fucking
You're at the
millennial,
end.
man.
You're at the tail of it though, no?
Not
Or you-
the last year. I think is 96. So I'm not necessarily
Oh.
at the tail exactly at the end, but yeah, I'm getting
That's
close.
kind
I'm
of
a
funny
94.
that my mom is also a millennial.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
The range is like what 20 years. Or something?
Yeah.
82, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
she's like
just about-
just there.
So it's
but-
like 22 or 23 years.
Yeah.
Roughly. Yeah.
I mean, we would be the tail end of Gen Z
yeah,
Yeah.
because then it's Gen Alpha under us.
Yeah.
yeah. Isn't there another one now already?
No.
Yes,
Is
actually
it?
there is.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. I don't remember.
Like
what
it,
it's
like
called.
just.
So then what's Gen Alpha? 2 years? It's like this is when the brain rat started.
See, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck are we doing here with?
No,
like,
we need,
it's
like,
all
20, 30 year
super
generations.
stupid though. How like we're separating the. Oh, I'm fucking. How about you think this way and this guy thinks this way?
I mean, it made
don't
more
know
sense
shit.
back in the day because like baby boomers, that's when the population
Yeah.
boomed.
And I think that's kind of what we're trailing off of is like, oh, there's classifications. I
No,
don't know.
but
It's
but
like,
it becomes like
it's getting muddy.
it almost becomes like political groups to where it's like I'm a millennial, so this is why I do this. And
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
don't
you're
really-
making the year you were born your identity.
That's
Well,
what
that's
I'm
like the
saying.
same thing
That's
with
what I'm saying.
astronomy, right?
That's
well,
like-
exactly right. Oh, I'm a Pisces, so like usually I'm really cool with everybody. Okay, man, like what the
It's
fuck?
like I'm a Leo, so I'm fucking cocky and everything else. It
Yeah.
lines up for me,
I'm a
but like
Pisces. Basically, I'm retarded.
Wait, what? When you said
I'm
man?
Taurus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Taurus. Yeah,
as far as I mean, some of the stuff, if you do look at the charts, there are like trends. But I'm not saying it's one for one science.
No,
They're
and you-
generic. They're
Okay,
too generic.
I was gonna say,
100%.
how about that? Like, you could really take any single sign and likely read that astrological thing for that day, and likely relate to every single point. If you were to just swap the pictures and say, no, this is the Pisces one, or no, this is the Leo one, I bet you wouldn't even fucking know the difference.
It's kind of like the same thing with like mediums or the people who say like, "Oh, I can talk to the dead people." They
Dude.
just throw general questions.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Exactly.
"Wait, you had a relative that started with C?
Yeah.
I knew that."
Yeah.
It's like, "No, you didn't. You said A, then you said B, then you said C, and
Yeah.
then someone raised
Yeah.
their hand."
No,
Yeah.
it's people like looking for an answer are gonna find one anywhere.
Abso-fucking-lutely. That's where I was. That was my next
Yeah,
point.
no, like
Exactly.
if you want something so bad that it's like you'll find it anywhere. It's they even say it for like dating. If you go out with the intention of finding someone, you're gonna find
Yeah.
someone.
Yep,
but
yep.
whether you're like just blindly picking.
So, I just wanted to bring up that if it's a hissy or if it's at all different through the audio in a negative way. It's gonna get worked out eventually.
It's Tyler's fault.
Yeah,
it's
no,
always,
it is.
always this guy's fault.
No, 100%.
And it will be sorted. Eventually, Cole will take his place. It's just gonna take some time.
Do what? Wow.
That was a total. I love how silent it got.
We all just
You,
took-
like-
we both think it's like, are you expanding on that thought, or you?
No, I was just leaving it there. Yeah, that was just.
You're probably like, damn, someone please talk.
Yeah, I was like,
Someone
uh-oh.
please.
I was like, I didn't mean to reveal everything all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No, yeah. That
so
was-
Cole's
it
becoming the
was-
permanent third member? What?
I didn't.
No, we-
Third.
I didn't realize you were getting kicked off the pod.
we're bringing the balloons in. You just someone's getting
That was
fired.
good. That was good. Nice turnaround there.
Oh,
Nice.
boy.
Nice. Yeah, just you kicked me out of my apartment. You're like, hey, I gotta use the place for an hour and a half. And you're like, all right.
Sir,
I
we
guess."
need to film a podcast. Can you please leave your
Yeah, I'd be
apartment?
like, what am I doing here?
What the
man?
fuck? This is my equipment.
That's
What
the
hell?
ultimate cuck move ever.
You can sit and watch, but you can't.
Oh my god. Getting
Oh,
cucked
That's
on
even
your-
worse.
I'm sitting there
That's
like
even
I'm
worse.
crying. I'm crying watching you guys record.
You trying to yell something again? Sorry, no, we can't hear you. The mics
Half
only
the stuff
pick up this
I
far
paid
away.
for it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
No, that's basically a cuck, no?
That's
Yeah,
literally
oh,
cucking.
No,
Yeah.
I'd have had to have paid for everything.
Oh, valid.
That's
valid.
I thought cucking was just if you watched.
Okay, but
Well,
yeah, but
there
you
has
gotta
I
to
think,
be-
yeah, I
probably
think
in
that's
his
that's a
house.
different level of cucking if you're also.
Okay, fair. I guess you could
Actually,
argue.
wait, there was a movie I watched where the
What?
there was a scene in the movie. I don't know.
This is concerning already.
No, no, it is.
But you watch a
They-
lot of movies.
Oh, or no,
What
it
the
was a show on Netflix, one of those limited series, and she was like a super rich chick, and she would pay prostitutes to come in and have a date with her husband in her house, and then watch them fuck. That's like ultimate cucking.
What kind of like childhood trauma do you have to
That's
have for
no,
that? You ever
that's-
think of that?
Oh,
Oh, wait. What,
'Kay.
That's not cucking, is it? That's
where you pay and watch your husband.
That's for sure. That's
That's
cucking. If
cucking.
you don't join in, that's cucking.
I feel like, but there's also like a power move there. That's why she's doing it.
Yeah,
That's why
maybe.
she's doing it. Yeah, she's getting off on like she's in control.
But you're still, I think at the baseline, you're
Okay.
still cucking. Even if it is a power thing, it's still at the baseline.
maybe so,
cucking.
but I think that's not her angle, if you
Maybe.
will. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
But if you say that to someone, you're like, yeah, I like to watch my husband fuck another dude. Then you'd be like,
That's
oh,
cucking.
you're
It's
cucking.
intense.
No, but wait,
though.
yeah.
It's
No,
intense
that's
though. You're
cucking.
just
That's
like, holy
cucking.
fuck. You know what? We're gonna have to maybe
By broad
after this,
definition-
we should look that up.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to look it up right now?
Oh no, we're on
He's
here.
looking up cucking videos.
No,
I want no actually though.
He's
I
going on
want you to
Google.
At least type in Urban
What is a
Dictionary
cock?
cuck, and then we'll read the definition. And hey, man, you know we're just this is for science, okay?
It's for science.
Slop.
What?
Oh, it's like the daily word. That's actually really fucked up. I don't want to. What is? Hold on. Go back. Go back. I want
What
to
is happening on this laptop?
I want to go back. Hold on. Go back.
Okay, what? Read it out.
No. Can we go
no,
back first?
a man. Okay, for
Okay.
cuck, it's. I guess it. What would it be for a female? I wonder.
I think-
a man who lets his wife or girlfriend have sex with other men. Often the man lets her do whatever she wants, treat him like shit, and watches.
Okay, hold on. So that says specifically a man. Can we Google search or yes, at least Google? I would say Google probably because female version of cuck. Okay, all right.
Are you ripping that like raw?
Oh shit!
No incognito?
Who cares, dude? Like, oh, did you know incognito's just for
Oh
you?
no, it doesn't.
Everyone
work.
else can still
Oh,
see
yeah.
your shit. Okay.
It's just not on your history.
Yeah, which is fucking nothing.
My eyes peeking. Whatever.
Yeah, dude.
You want to see that? I like.
on my phone, the Google Pixel actually comes with a free built-in. What do you call it? VPN. It's kind of
Oh,
interesting.
nice.
Yeah. It's super cool.
Right to Google headquarters. That's where VPN.
Probably.
Proxies off
Yeah,
there first.
that's okay. Whatever. You know what? It's a false. It's like a. You know what? Anybody who's actually listening probably could. It's probably just garbage.
A lot of VPNs don't work.
I know that. I knew that part. Like I know-
Nord and
Yes.
A lot of them.
It's all bullshit. Yeah. It's all just money.
Yeah, the female version is just called cuck queen. Cuck,
Cuck Queen. They're queens.
No,
now.
but cuck queen.
Oh, Cuck Queen.
Yeah.
Queen.
Cuck
Queen.
Cuck Queen.
Queen.
Maybe.
What does it say? A woman gets off watching a man have sex with another
It
woman, or
is
hearing about the
exact-
sex he already has with someone else.
Yeah.
All right.
So
That's what I
she's
told you.
so
okay.
she's a cuck.
Okay, so she is a cuck, but that's
But-
I still feel like it's
but she
definitely
likes
power
it.
kind of in like some sort of.
Okay, but that also might be like what she gets
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of it.
I'm just saying. What was that?
My fat ass fucking.
Move the chair.
Oh, move the chair.
I think
see.
the side handle started. I didn't tighten it.
Let it go.
Jesus, that was intense. What were we talking about before that?
I don't know.
Like,
but
Go back to slop.
No, we're done with that. We're done with that.
No, we're not.
No, we are.
I've
I'm
been
telling
saying
you.
slop like 7
No,
times.
no,
yeah,
no.
wait. How do we get on cucking?
No. Legit though.
Tyler's.
Oh, his videos you like to watch. You said you like to watch
Okay,
cucking.
but it was about a
yeah,
movie.
is that where you started?
No,
We
but it
started
was
with
about a
video-
movie.
Oh, you
yous were already talking
Okay,
about
but
it.
what? No.
Yeah, you were.
You were talking about. Oh yeah, we were.
No, you were talking about it, and
Okay.
I brought up that example.
Okay.
What were you talking about before that?
I don't know. Clue.
Okay,
shit.
you know what? We'll
All right, we'll move on.
about why people do certain things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but why did cucking
How
come
did
up from
cucking
that?
come out?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, because you started saying something about cucking, and then I said how
It
people
was
like to
definitely
do.
you.
Are
Don't
you
even.
fucking with me right now?
No, that's for
I'm
sure
pretty
what
sure
it
I did
is.
not.
We'll watch it back after. I want a $5 bet on this.
I think it was like some sort of sexual thing, and then I said, "How are people
It was
brought
abo-
this way?"
No, it was about. It was. It was.
Whatever.
What was it?
It
It was-
doesn't
yeah.
matter.
But no. Okay.
Let's-
so
let's
about
keep
why
it
people
rolling.
do certain things. I find like, I do that all the time. It's like, why is this person like that, or like what traits like give that person. We're talking about people that have terrible fathers or no fathers or something. I think.
Oh, wait,
That's
you
a
two were?
very common thing.
But
Poor
no,
father-
that's what
father
brought
figures?
this topic up.
Oh.
I'm just like starting to remember glimpses of it.
Oh, okay.
But no, and even in the podcast that didn't have audio, we talked about like upbringing definitely does make a big difference on who you become, and
Yeah, absolutely.
like the things that some people think are just common knowledge
For
that,
sure, no,
that
for
are
sure.
not, but
Yeah,
for them it is.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So poor
I-
fathers,
What?
poor fathers, just in general,
Or no
like absent
fathers.
Yeah.
fathers.
But what's
Yeah.
really worse, poor fathers or no fathers?
I honestly think that they can be intermingled. I would say sometimes you can get the same trauma from either situation, or you can get two totally different kind of
I
sets
feel like
of traumas. You
poor
know what I'm
fathers
saying?
would be worse. If your father's like alcoholic, abusive, that's probably deeper trauma than
Okay,
him
but you
not
can
being
also
there.
get
but
deep trauma
absent
even if
father-
he is like.
not there.
Well, you know,
absenteeism's a totally
Well, because
different
you don't have
beast.
that father figure role. I would say people that, guys that don't have father figures are usually like more insecure, super insecure. But it also goes for just having a father that's like rough on you, like that always like puts you down or never gives you validation.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
like you can get the same trauma from like different things.
So I
Like
feel like you get more trauma from having abusive father,
okay, but then it also
because then you never have a place of security. Because if you have a good mother and she's there and she's helping you, I got
Just a
distracted.
little further, sorry.
Oh, further. I saw you.
Like a fist.
That's
yeah,
right.
it's okay.
But
It's all good.
But yeah, I don't know. Because also, not having a father, you miss like so many things. So maybe for total, like, it depends because you might have a better home, but you won't learn certain things. So you won't be as well rounded. So there's like downsides to each. They're just different. So I don't know if one is worse or better than the other.
It's really
They're
too bad.
intermingly shitty.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, absolutely, like it's all terrible. We actually, none of us really have any experience with like bad father.
No.
You know what I
No.
mean? Which is kind of
Wow, the most privileged room ever.
I was about to say this is like the worst group to even like discuss it because none
Next
of us
guest.
have a like.
Person with no father figure.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Okay, honestly, we need to get a guest on that's had like a real rough upbringing.
Let's
Because I have no context.
I don't know. They might be in tears by the end of you guys being just like
Hey, you know what?
sensitive
Fuck,
topic. You guys
that's
like
real,
so-
man. That's real. I'm cool with that. If
No, I think
if I
it'd
end
be
up
good.
crying on the pod, so be it.
Well,
See-
not you. I'm talking about someone else.
Well, yeah, but maybe I'm fucking moved to
oh
tears.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
right? Who knows? I
But
don't know.
no, I would probably just be sitting there the whole time being like, "That's a thing."
Yeah, I'd be sitting there like, oh my god.
I never thought of it that
We
way.
have food stamps
Right?
in Canada.
We'd have, oh yeah, fuck, Jesus. Even like using the Salvation Army or
Wait,
anything
actually,
like
do
that?
we have food stamps in Canada?
No, it's just unemployment.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have.
But yeah, but EI only lasts so long. What do you do after that? Like food banks?
no.
not unemployment. It's welfare.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah. What do they call
right.
it? What's the actual name for it or whatever? Fuck, is
Oh yeah, it's not called welfare.
it? I
It's
know.
like-
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Some nice term.
Ah,
Unfortunate
Yeah.
situation.
That's exactly what that's what I was. Yeah.
okay, I forgot that was a thing.
What welfare?
Yeah.
Whoa, how privileged.
No, but like, how many people do you talk to that are on welfare
When I
now?
worked at shitty places,
No,
I
no.
used to
Now.
know a lot of people like that.
When I did
yeah, no,
construction, it's
yeah. What?
people would be on EI all the time.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true too. But I'm not even talking about EI, but like actual welfare. Like when I was
Oh.
working at Timmy's, dude, there was like people on welfare working at Timmy's, and I'm like, oh
No, some
They're
people.
double dipping.
Oh my
How,
god,
how,
buddy.
how
no,
do they
it's-
get around that?
No, at a certain point, you well, there
Oh,
are
if you,
ways,
don't, you have to make a certain income. For
but you
it.
can make
Oh,
up
yeah.
to, and you still get welfare.
I forgot
Right?
about
And
that.
it's like some of them are just literally just fucking the system. And then in the end, in like 10 years, they'll get caught, and then it'll be super horrible. You know, they're gonna owe a fuckload of money.
Okay, but the thing
pay
is,
this
is
money
you,
back. Oh wait, one money.
I
but
literally
you
can't.
can't.
Yeah.
But you can't fucking get blood from a stone.
No,
So
and exactly, and this is why this problem persists.
yeah.
That's all. That's why you could probably open my window and see some crackies.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, no.
And
Definitely.
what sucks
The
is
night
like
shift.
you could not even live necessarily downtown here. And
Oh no, you can live in a good neighborhood.
open the window and still see a cracky these days.
Just don't
What
leave
the
your bike
fuck,
out.
man?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what sucks is like seriously, you can't leave anything out these days. Look at people's yards, like even in Halloween and shit. How many people even decorate?
Oh, yeah,
Look
they
at
get
10,
their
15
shit stolen
years
all the
ago,
time.
dude. Look at 10, 15 years ago, dude. Everyone used to have Halloween decorations, Christmas
Okay,
decorations.
but that's not even to do with crackheads. That's just culture in general.
I was kind of heading in that direction.
we are
next
so
was
disconnected as a culture. Like, how many people like even hang out with, like, mingle or go out at all? Like, especially after COVID.
hardly at
Oh,
all.
not at
Oh
all.
my god, after COVID, dude, it's like some people are like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad now I can just be a hermit." And I'm like, that's not how human beings like function.
Why am I depressed?
No,
I
but-
sit inside 10 hours.
I
even-
sit
all
inside
day.
10 hours. I don't drink any water, and I drink 3 coffees a day.
I haven't
or-
seen someone in 4 days. Why?
Yeah.
Why do I?
No, but even and yeah, why am I depressed? I haven't seen anyone
I haven't
in a
had
week.
human interaction.
But-
I didn't even go get.
But like even like the bars aren't as full, the gyms aren't as full.
this is true.
You go to restaurants, they're not like it has not gotten back to what it was.
No.
But even as far as like so many events businesses went out of sales, so now there's like nothing even to do,
There's
which
nothing
is
going
furthering
on,
the
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Because like you don't get to meet anybody new outside of your little social like niche.
What we're even talking about is mostly, from what I can tell, is like actually very much a Canadian issue right now.
Yeah.
If you look at America, not fucking like
No,
California and
no, they're
certain
pretty
areas
bad
like
too.
that, they're totally retarded, fully retarded. But then other areas just kind of went fuck you and just did it. You know what I mean? Now they have open venues all the time. I've been to a couple concerts this year and there was no holding back. Let me
Oh
tell
no,
you.
it's the same in Canada.
Like
There's
we're
still,
3 millimeters away from each other, and there's 4,000 people. Like it was crazy.
But
But in
no-
Canada, it's so stifled, dude. It
Well,
really is. It's
Canada in
super stifled.
general, but
I agree, but since COVID, I feel like it's been halved.
no, like people don't go out.
Easily.
But that's like across like anywhere in the world. People just aren't going out. And that's why, like, we
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about in the last pod, like going to the gym, you meet tons of different people that you would never meet anywhere else.
Right.
And that's why people advocate, like, for, like, run clubs and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
was
that's
gonna
true,
say
like-
any sort of, but most hobbies you'll meet a lot of people.
No,
That's true,
but
yeah.
how many
if
people...
it's a hobby that requires group activity,
how many people do you know, though, where you're like, oh, what do you do for fun? And it's, like, not
I
social
watch
whatsoever.
Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah, or it's nothing.
Everybody. It's everybody.
No,
It's
and that's
that,
the thing.
yeah.
It's like their hobby isn't even a hobby per se. That's something they do, or it's just like, oh yeah, I like sit in my room and sleep. It's like, so you go to work
oh my
you-
god, those people. Actually
and then
drive
you
me
go home
wild.
and watch some TV and then go to bed and then
Just
repeat the
nap.
cycle.
Or like you have days off and they're like, yeah, I just kind of laid in bed, I napped, I watched an entire series.
Could you lay in bed for a day not being sick or injured?
No, I would go maybe a day, possibly.
Two.
Okay,
Would
but
I go
okay,
mental?
but willingly,
2 days.
but willingly, like for no reason, just you want to.
I don't want to.
No.
Okay, there
no,
we
no,
go.
No. If someone was like gun to my head, you have to stay in bed. I could do it for a month.
Sure, yeah.
No,
willing-
but like I could stay.
When
in
was the
bed
last
for a
time you
while.
did?
I don't know,
Exactly. Point proven right there. But there are so many people.
but I'm different, right?
No. And that's what we're trying. That's what this podcast is for.
That's
is the
why
people
we
that are
have
like
it.
this.
We're different. We're not
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
No.
Sure, don't get me wrong. I do have favorite shows. I binge TV sometimes and I fuck around. Don't get me wrong. I have a video game system fucking set up here. Don't get me wrong. But look, who has a podcast, like who's so dedicated to all this fitness shit that we're doing, who's trying to build a business, who's trying to, like, not everyone's trying to do 6 different aspects of things. And I'm not saying everyone has to do shit like that, but we're definitely different in the aspect of we're driven. We're driven
But
to get more.
you don't think you could spend a single day just in bed?
I wouldn't want to.
See,
I could.
Okay.
I could do it.
But
Inside,
I would feel
be
so
like,
unproductive.
Inside, I would be like, fuck.
Yo, okay. I was
No,
about
no, no,
to-
no, no.
wasted
And
a day.
because we've talked about this quite a bit, how it's like days you'll feel unproductive. There are people out there that don't have that. They can sit in bed guilt-free
Yeah.
and not be like, "Oh, I should have like been reading a book at least if I was going to lay in bed."
Is there
or
a
I
chance that you could lay in bed knowing that you have ADHD, like I would? I would sit there and lose my mind about an hour in being like, there's 3 things that I should be doing right now.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced like the ADHD paralysis though?
Yes, and like,
Or it's just like you'll have 2 weeks or like whatever, a
I
month
do it the last hour.
and you're like
Yeah.
going so well. You're like, damn, I've been so productive lately. And then one day just can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
And I have that
definitely have
sometimes.
I totally understand.
And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm okay with taking this one day if I can
Right.
means I can continue tomorrow.
for sure, for
Yeah, but
sure.
that's-
And
you're
I-
almost
That's
like
being
doing, like-
burnt out. So like, you ever been burnt out?
and you're almost doing like delayed gratification, where you're like, "Okay, it would be better to actually not do it now to be better in the future."
So here's the catch. I definitely totally agree with you. And I relate on all the levels. I feel like now that I'm older, I've figured out ways to combat that. Like, I'll feel that I'm in that zone where I'm sitting there, like the TV's running in the background and I'm like doom scrolling or something. And I'm in the back of my head being like, yo, wake up. Like, you got to go. Like, you have shit. You said you wanted to do something an hour ago. Like, you said you were going to start the gym and then you had laundry. Then you were going to go do groceries. You were going to go hang out with Tyler. Okay, now you're going to have to tell him, oh, you're behind. Cool. That feels really fun. And then you fucking have to dig deep. Like, it's a struggle. And I don't do meds, right?
it's a bit
and I'm not
easier
interested
when
in
you're
meds.
if you have someone relying on you.
Exactly right. So him being in the back of my head definitely helps. Having like even my girlfriend in the back of my head being like, "Oh, we have plans for X hour." I'm like, "Okay, I have to fucking go." Then
Yeah.
it's like, "Okay, I have 6 hours and all the shit that I have is going to take me 5." So I have to start moving now cuz it's going to be where, you know, there's going to be a half hour of buffer or something. This is how my mind works, right? So it's just running at 100 million miles an hour, but I have to learn how to channel that energy. So now when I am in that paralysis mode, I do have certain techniques. I don't even necessarily even understand how to make them vocal sometimes. Just you realize that you are, and then you have to effectively fucking tell yourself to suck it up.
I will take a break, or else it'll just like drag on further. I have realized it's like
Really?
I will take a break. I will
My-
like
That's
not
totally
like
fair.
I guess I will run bed, or I'll like spend a day with my girlfriend, or go out to my camp and just kind of relax there for like a day. But because
Okay.
I kind of
Okay.
in a way though I earned it. If I'm productive on the whole week,
I
if
don't
I take that
disagree.
if I take a day versus like if I don't take that day and I go 2 weeks, but then I crash for 4 days.
That's fair. And you know what? I think maybe I don't feel that way anymore because I've had such maybe a good balance where when I do have that paralysis, it's only momentary for me. It's not doesn't mean that I'm actually
but
burnt out.
I think
personally,
because
that's a
you
personal
also
thing.
know your where to put your rev limiter. where
Absolutely.
So you know he's going for 2 weeks at fucking like 7K, whereas you're
where
like just
I'm
6.
able to cruise now that I understand myself. I'm able to cruise at 6380. You know what I mean? I'm almost at 6400 RPM, and I could just sit there and like it's working pretty hard, but I can maintain that for probably the rest of my life without crashing. But I used to run at like 6900 RPM. Oh, I'm only, you know, I'm not maxed out. You're maxed out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I used to hit those walls, and I think that's where when I used to work at
that just
Sutherland,
comes knowing yourself.
absolutely, I've been through a big depressive episode where it was like almost 2 years of like, well, it lasted about 8 months of being in bed, like just,
Yeah.
like I'm not kidding, like
So you've had like the paralysis of not being able to do anything.
Yeah, but it
like I know-
necessarily
once
wasn't-
you start, it gets a little bit easier.
but
slowly
it wasn't
starting.
always, it wasn't necessarily related to ADHD. It was definitely like clinical depression. But what I'm saying is like the ADHD definitely like accelerated it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So instead of being like hyper, it like really reversed it. When I was depressed, it made it even worse. It like dragged you even deeper just because it was like, oh, this is how you want to be. All right, man, like fucking let's fucking bite all the way in. And then I'm like, I can't dig myself out. I tried meds and shit. It was the worst fucking experience ever. Once
I haven't
stopped
tried
doing the meds,
any
dude.
meds.
I did meds not for ADHD. I did meds for the depression.
Yeah,
And then
that's
it made me realize that I had ADHD. that's when this is like 21 too, right? So this is like fucking almost a decade ago. But that's when I realized I was like, oh my God, I'm super ADHD. Because when the meds were gone, like I could still feel like some of those things nagging at me, like all the things that you're talking about that you're experiencing when you're, paralysis or whatever else. I was like, these things are still happening, but I'm not feeling depressed. I'm just empty now because of the medication. It was super cool, right? Coming off of that shit sucked, by the way. Like,
no kidding.
Doctor was like, oh, we should probably, stay on. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. And she's like,
did you quit
well,
cold turkey? Or
I didn't cold turkey. I personally did it myself, right? I went from 20 milligrams to 15 to 10 to 5.
That's the way you should do it. Cold turkey.
Yeah, guess what? That's still way too fast.
And you did it really quickly.
No. I did it over the course of like 6 months.
Oh, and that was still too quickly.
Way
Holy
too
shit.
fast. Like the way to come off.
I remember.
The way to come off of SSRIs is other drugs and to do it over the course of like years.
Really?
Yeah. But if I did that, I'd probably still be dealing with it right now. But how
long did you take it for? 2 years?
Probably about 2-ish, 3 years tops.
So it stays in your system.
It
Like
stays
it's
in your
post.
system. So when I started cutting it back, I went to 15. Dude, like the heat waves over your body, the like, I don't know, it's called like brain shock, and you get this like stuttering feeling in your head and your vision, and it rocks your world for like the better part of 10 to maybe a minute, 10 seconds to a minute. You can just be like, holy fuck, like reality is setting back in almost. That's how it feels. And then I dropped down to 10.
It's like a mushroom trip.
Right? So then I dropped down to 10, and then this would happen for a couple more weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and I would just keep going on 10, 10, 10, 10. And then I did like 3 or 4 months of 10. And eventually it felt okay. You'd get the brain shocks every like few weeks now, but it was not every day. So then you drop it again. Same thing happens. It was when I dropped it completely. Going 5 milligrams to nothing, dude, was like, I actually don't have the words to describe it.
Do you wish you took like another step, like a 2.5?
I wouldn't have known.
0?
Like I wouldn't
I
have
know,
known
but-
to
No,
even think about that way.
giving hindsight,
Giving
Absolutely.
hindsight, do you think you
Honestly,
should
I
have?
would have rather probably do it over the course of an entire year, but I don't. I'm glad I did it the way I
no
did.
regrets.
Yeah.
Because I got it done, honestly, probably too fast, but I got it done fast. And I didn't kill myself going from 20 to nothing, right? I did kind of wean off a little bit, maybe not scientifically the best way, but I did, and it didn't like rock me for forever. After I completely cut out, after 6 months to 8 months, give or take, is when I started feeling normal. After finishing doing like a year process.
I'm
of
not gonna
weaning.
lie. I would kind of love to get diagnosed and just see what's going on with my brain.
That'd be interesting.
I had an ego battle for a long, like probably maybe 15. I started thinking, oh, maybe I have ADHD.
Yeah.
And I had an ego battle for 5, 6 years.
Denying
Because you don't
it.
want someone to be like, yeah, your brain's actually fucked up.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
know that?
I totally
but
get
is
it.
it fucked up or is it just like
I
your own
took it in
quirk?
the way where it's like, your brain's fucked up.
Oh, see, and I never thought about it like that.
So I
knew-
didn't want to go get. I lived my life like I had ADHD, but I never had the official diagnosis.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of in the same boat, but like at the end of the day, for me, I don't feel ADHD anyways. Like I kind
a
of was
negative?
always, I was never thought it's kind of a weapon, man. Like once you kind of hone it, like I know you're young still, and I'm not saying like it does take experience to kind of understand your shitty fucking mental states and like how to play them against themselves. It's just time. That's all it is. It's not like I can teach you either.
There's
you know what I'm
also,
saying?
but there's many things in life where you have to be bored or you just have to do. 'Cause
Yeah.
the great part about having ADHD is, right, you're hyper focused on something you're really interested in.
Sure.
But what about those things that you're not interested in? Especially
See,
going through
'kay.
university.
Awesome.
No, this is perfect.
Great.
Like
Go through university. Let him finish his
Okay.
thought.
Going
Yeah.
through university, I like some of the subjects. I don't like all of them. So the ones I don't like, it's like climbing a mountain versus
with you.
probably someone who's like climbing a hill.
100%.
no, what 100% agreed. The only play devil's advocate would be if you can tailor your life to all the things that you are super interested in, you can excel so much farther in the than another
Absolutely,
person.
and like that's kind of
But
what
the-
I've tried to do with my life. Like I've tried to like angle my shit towards things that I know my brain's gonna be like, yo, bro, like fucking, you're not done yet, right? Like you got to get some more in there.
You say you watch Alex Ramosi. Sorry to cut you off, but that's literally what he says. He's like, because people are like, all you do are these things. And they all seem boring. He's like, those are the things I love the most. So I've filled my entire calendar with the things that I love. And obviously he has the money to be able to like outsource everything else. But that would be the way to use it to your advantage.
But actually, I was going to bring up that whole Huberman Lab thing that he was just talking about.
What was Cole going to say?
I was gonna say,
Oh.
even if you
So
do,
long as rap.
you're didn't really dwell on the thought that much after you started talking, but I switch hobbies a lot though. I think that's part of my ADHD.
It is. I'll tell you
is
for
when
sure it is.
I'll be like interested in let's say
How many things have
lately,
you quit?
I don't say I quit. I go back. I do a circle.
Okay.
I do a circle
okay.
of things that I do.
I do that too, yeah.
All right.
I do
Okay,
that
that's
all the
fair.
time. I do that with too
Interesting.
many hobbies that I have. Like I'll play guitar. I'm pretty decent. I don't think I'll ever be the best at something. Yeah.
Yeah, he does this like every 6 months.
I will never. I've come to the terms with I will never be the best at one thing just because I can't have like the autistic focus.
Oh, see, whereas I think I have the OCD and autism to center that in.
And this is where my mix comes in, where I do have that one thing that can like, I can drop away everything else in my head. If there's it's almost like a key, you know, unlocking a door where every little notch has to go in the right position, and then it unlocks. Sometimes my brain works that way where I have that positioning, and then I can unlock and drop everything away and target one thing, and then just go at it. And I can do it for like 2 years.
But
And get
I-
super
for
good
2
at
years,
it.
I'll have that. I'll be like, damn, this is really fun. Like lately, I got into robotics. I bought a 3D printer,
Sick.
and
Oh, you have a 3D printer?
I just bought one.
We're gonna be talking about that later.
I bought a 3D printer, and I've been not. I did it like I bought it like a week ago, so I'm not. But lately,
I
it's
get
like,
it.
holy shit! I can't wait to get home. I'm like, gonna print this. I have an Arduino kit too. I'm like, I can't wait to like mess around, fuck with
that's so sick.
robotics.
Yeah, that's cool.
But like a month ago, I was into cybersecurity, and I was like, damn, cybersecurity is really cool. I like being able to break into things is sick. But then I lost focus on that. But I might know why I lost focus on that versus other things.
why do you think so?
I think the way I was trying to teach myself it. I'm very much probably, which is like everyone, like tactile. I like being able to do things. Doing things. That's just the best way to learn.
It
I think it
is.
is for everyone. But I was just trying to go through this, do a module and then finish the module and then go through module versus like doing. They're called
Oh,
capture
yeah.
the flags, where you have to like go onto a computer, break into it, and find where the flag is.
That's cool.
But
That is
I'm not
cool. Where
into that
can
as
you-
much as I was now with
The robotics and
the
the printing and
robotics.
shit. So the printing thing has kind of circled back.
the printing
kinda what
thing
you
is
think?
new. Is
Oh, you
like,
said-
you
but
said
all-
circle
they're,
back.
they're
Right.
all kind of related though. But but some of them
Right.
aren't. Like guitar, I'll play a lot. I'll spend like a week trying to learn a new song just because it's complicated out of my skill range.
Sure.
I'll learn it and then it just switches, and then it'll switch to something else and something else.
So it's almost like you'll kind of get to a certain point or do like a certain achievement and then flip.
not all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
that's interesting.
I remember there are things that I was good at before that I definitely quit, and then there are definitely other things that I definitely have. I just got to stop saying definitely have repeated and came back to. So I understand that. Like guitar, I was pretty good at it at one point years ago, and then I keep coming back to it. So that's one that's probably going to be in my fucking brain for the rest of my life. Where it's like badminton, for example. Like I got exceptional at it. Like I was helping teach classes with the Sioux Badminton Club and shit like that, and then it just kind of hit a wall. My brain got bored because them being like, "Oh, now you're good enough to be a teacher." I was like, "Wow, this just got a whole lot fucking more boring." Because I was like, "Why?"
Because now you think you've reached the peak. You think?
Absolutely. At the time, I was way younger, right? Like, this was in high school, by the way. So I was not as mentally sound as I am now. But that's what happened. Like, my brain went, you're the best. You're done now. Okay, quit. And that's what I did. I just stopped playing. Because I was like, oh, I fulfilled my need for it.
I
Which
think
is so fucking toxic.
Sorry for
Actually-
cutting you off, but I think one
I
of
was
the things
done,
is I see someone do something and I'm like, I could do that. I could do it better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
think
no,
that's-
and
I
that's
get
a
that
totally
lot, too.
different thing.
I think
that's
that-
a different thing, too. And I
I-
don't think that's ADHD. I think that's just
think-
fucking...
I think it is. I
you
think
think
it
that
is.
ADHD... Okay, how
I've
come?
read that some people with like
Really?
who experience it think think it's so easy, so they try to do it and then they quit. I have things that I've kept on, like I've kept
That's also-
coding for a while. That's part of like my education.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
So that like a bunch of the stuff I do is kind of entwined.
Yeah,
same
it's
as me.
related to some degree.
And
with
fitness,
technology.
I've been doing since whatever grade.
Yeah,
11.
Right.
one thing I want to say is I find my personal flavor is I'll be like, that's easy, I could do that, and then I just get like slightly better than the average person, and then I'm like okay with it. That's the only time I quit things is when it's
Okay.
like there's not like I'd have to go out of my way for competition in that particular
Okay,
realm, and then there's like a few things like the business, the finance, and all that. Where my autism is just like central focus.
I
and
totally
it's like,
understand. Yeah,
takes
yeah.
up 50% of what I think.
I get
about.
it. I get it. Because there are obviously a few things in everyone's lives that they just hyperfixate on, and I don't think that's necessarily an ADHD thing. That's just human nature. You know, if you really do take to something and you end up being semi decent at it, it's just natural to want to continue it.
Oh,
right?
100%.
So now I don't know what's ADHD and what is like
I understand.
neurotypical.
It becomes a muddy mess, and that's where it's like the longer you kind of experience it, the more you kind of accept. You're like, yeah, I do have some version of ADHD, and like it happens here, it happens there. I don't feel that way about this. He does. That's weird. I don't.
See, my brain just
It's all different.
like it's pretty much I just do whatever makes my brain happy. I don't try to fight it and be like, this is weird, why do you do it this way, and then like beat myself up. I'm like, this makes me happy, so this is what I'm doing.
But you're not really much in a system to do that.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry for cutting you
No,
off.
sorry. I'm just. There's too many people that go, oh, that's fucking weird. Why are you doing it like that? You should do it like this. Or like, you're a silly system. Like I told you my silly note system.
Yeah.
Like that's
There's a
kinda
more efficient way, but your brain just
way
wouldn't like
better.
it.
It's
so.
kind of retarded. Absolutely.
and,
I
and
know
that's
that.
as far as like making habits and like good habits, it's like I just make it as easy as possible. So
Yeah.
this is what makes it easy.
God
For
damn,
say my
yeah.
organizational, sure, it's like atypical,
Yeah.
but that's what makes me stick to it. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not gonna conform
Yeah.
to something that I'm gonna end up quitting.
100%. 100%. Which is like that, yeah, like the note thing. Like there's way better ideas to do that. But like me taking 2 minutes, 3 minutes out of my day to like just organize that for a second. And then I can like, honestly, I can organize that. I can feel the relaxation hit me like 2 minutes
But yeah,
later.
so I
And
just
I'm
do
like,
whatever is the most
"Oh,
convenient.
okay.
That, like, that's how I deal with, like, atypical brain function.
And I try and do that for
And not be
probably
like,
the
oh, this
majority.
is because I have this, or this is because I have this.
Yeah, no.
I'm just like, this is just how my
deal.
brain is.
Yeah, I just deal.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the like.
I didn't know
labels and
that
stuff.
could move.
Yeah, and you can tighten it.
You can really lock it in, eh?
Yeah.
But you're not much of a
Oh,
in a
that's
system
nice.
anymore, well, other than your job. But your job, you're going for a
See, and
paycheck.
that's the
It's
thing.
different motivation. Where
But-
it's like,
And that's the thing is because I knew school wouldn't be for me, so like that would be me conforming to something that wouldn't make, like you know how you said like to focus on classes and classes you don't like and whatnot. Whereas anything I want to learn, because I have the job that like gives me the financial support, I can look up anything that I'm interested in that could progress me in those areas, so I can do, so I don't have to do the stuff that I'm not interested in.
the problem is I need a paper that tells everyone that I
No,
am
for
needed
your
to.
particular job set, it wouldn't work. No, it's not a.
Absolutely. That's the thing.
It's not a
There-
one size fits all solution.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like,
it just
there-
aligns with my goals.
There are applications where, like, I don't want a doctor to like fucking YouTube his way into open heart surgery on my grandfather.
No,
Okay, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
I did a couple at home.
right?
What?
but if Buddy Boy comes to me and goes, "Hey, man, I do like the best tint job you could ever imagine, and I spent the last 10 years watching YouTube, doing it on every single person I know's vehicle, and look at the results," I'd be like, "Fuck, like that's the best."
Well, I'm
Why
gonna
would
trust
I-
him more than the guy that say went to like a tint class. And,
Yeah, like some shit like that.
so
right?
it, and same as like
It's one thing, but
same as I
anything
don't
that
want my
applies like that.
entrepreneur, like say a guy I'm going to business with that's an entrepreneur, to have just graduated from like university, like entrepreneur, not business, like to be an entrepreneur. Like that's the whole idea of that is going your own way. And like if you have like an MBA, that's one thing.
Yeah.
I might trust you.
But you think if you self-teach it, you're missing like foundational things you should know that you might have just missed?
I think that just
I think that's field dependent.
well, also I think that's just based on how intelligent the person researching it is.
I'm not sure about that. I still feel like it's field dependent, but also niche almost as well. Like, let's say, like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess there's some stuff.
I
that
would
you
say it's
just
probably
need to
field
base.
dependent.
Yeah, but more
I could
field
say like
dependent.
field like, but as far as like say like something like business, you're not gonna get you might get theory about business, but not the actual like hands-on.
Maybe not like sales, but if you're saying entrepreneurial, yeah, I could say
that's what I mean. Like that's why
like or
school,
SWOT diagrams and all like that super important.
And
if you're in a large company, but if
But
you're
if-
starting up,
the
maybe
thing is,
not.
if you're doing it yourself, eventually the goal of being an entrepreneur is to outsource it, like to hire people that have MBAs, not for you to have it yourself. Like the founder's usually the visionary.
But I think a lot of, if you're going to business and university, or especially if you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to university to network. You're going to university to meet people and professors.
And you're
And I won't lie, when I was in college, like, fuck, I knew
No,
everybody.
and you're going to business
That
school
was a
because you're going to meet all these other guys that are going to business school, and eventually, you're probably going to go to, say you're in the States, like a Goldman Sachs or whatnot, and it's like you find out that guy's dad's an exec somewhere, that guy's dad does this or whatnot, and yeah, networking, and then you need an MBA to, say, work at a Goldman Sachs, get business knowledge, pass school, and like application use, and then you start your own thing. That's
But,
like a different path as
like,
well.
Imagine being an employer, right? And then you're getting 2 resumes. One person has a paper that says, like, I've done all this, and then someone who doesn't. Like, what you're probably going to choose just because
No,
you
no,
know,
100%.
they know the foundation. at
Okay,
least.
but now you're hiring 2 people. You have one that has an MBA and says all these qualifications but has never worked a job, and you have a guy that ran a successful business for 5 years and now doesn't want to. Who are you going to hire for your in your business?
I guess it depends. Depends what your needs.
See,
It dep-
it's very contextual.
It's contextual. Yeah.
It's contextual, 100%.
Not everything can be answered just right here either. You
No,
know?
no, no, no. But I think
like
if
if the business is in my niche, it would be
no, 100%.
like if this guy just graduated and this person ran something in my niche, then it's hard to say.
I think most people, you would want the guy that actually has experience, because this guy went to an MBA doesn't mean he actually knows what he's doing.
Well,
I would say-
At
realistically
least this guy
speaking,
knows about
uh,
sales.
Their AI is filtering out the other guy anyway.
Yeah, no shit. I would say, though, I would need some sort of result from either one to give
Well,
me
that guy
better
has
idea.
had a successful business, so clearly he
okay,
knows
well,
business.
Okay, that's what I mean. He has a result, but now compare me the other guy's result, who has the MBA.
And he just said because someone that has something and something has nothing, and I was using someone that went to school and someone that didn't comparison.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is because he doesn't have a result, I have a hard time trusting him too. I'm just agreeing with you that it'd be
Okay,
difficult
yeah.
to.
It'd be a bit difficult decision.
I
yeah.
I
feel
don't know.
like it would matter more on the interview. Because you can have
100%.
like the business over, but if he's full of himself, you're not going to want him on.
This
your
is
team.
also true.
No, but this is-
like,
that's
again,
beyond just-
context, right?
Yeah.
That's
Now-
context.
Now we're
which-
getting into like the nitty gritty of like a person's situation. Billy
Yeah.
Tim that I know does this.
Yeah, no,
Right?
that's
Right.
that's too.
Because you know someone can follow systems if they've graduated.
Yeah.
This is true.
That's
This is true.
That's true. I don't know.
It's
I
very
really,
hard
to
I
say.
feel like
It's
we're gonna
very
run into a wall with this one.
Yeah.
we're gonna
We'll-
keep
we'll move on.
running in a circle.
What else do we
here.
want to talk about?
But it is interesting. Like it's it's funny that there will be 2 dynamic. But I don't know. Okay, whatever.
We're over it.
We're done.
Do you want to hear or listen to anything?
I don't know, man. Like, I think we can just kind of shoot the shit here. We don't have to necessarily have a topic. We can.
Usually a topic's good to keep it
Topic's
on a
cool.
direction.
Topic's cool. but
You hate direction.
I like
No.
floating
He's
ideas
sporadic.
through.
no.
That's what I am, dude.
No,
I'm more
no.
sporadic.
There, we have point A, point B.
Look what I just
He
did.
takes every single
Look what I
one of
just
them.
did.
What?
We could have kept going with that, but I just stopped it again.
Because your brain is
It's fun.
retarded.
I love it. Very entertaining.
You don't need no
Dude.
doctor to diagnose him with that.
Well, that's it. Like I'm fully tech talked. It's
Hey,
okay.
Do you want to talk from the Alex Ramosi, fucking Chris Williams?
Oh, what about the fucking? I've been meaning to mention like do the hard things. Like Huberman Lab was just. It was just. This is an interesting little tidbit. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast at work, and he was talking about how, and I think this kind of pertains to the ADHD thing. He was talking about doing all the hard things that suck that you don't like is far better for you in your mental age as opposed to doing only things that you enjoy. So it's really funny that you I'm not saying that you're wrong or I'm right, either whatever.
Oh, that I said make your life as easy as possible.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
funny. And I know you're going to say that what I'm saying is not entirely exactly accurate.
And
of course not.
My
But
rebuttal
it
would
is
be
just funny that this
doing.
is...
Mine was do the things that you like, not that they're not difficult.
Yeah.
No,
that's what I was
that's what
thinking,
he's
yeah.
saying.
What?
Do things you don't like.
But,
And
it could
even if it's
you don't think
difficult-
it'd
Hold on.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with growing and whatever else. I'm strictly speaking about the health of your brain. That's all I'm mentioning. I said your actual health of your brain, the age of your brain.
No, and I'm curious though if it would have a similar effect.
He's strictly speaking about doing things.
But I
you do
wonder,
not-
but
maybe,
if
but
it
I don't
applies.
think so. I think the whole reason they did that was to compare people who are enjoying their things and that are
'Kay.
difficult, that are progressing them, versus things that are difficult that they don't even like are progressing them.
But in my context, like someone like David Goggins definitely doesn't like what he does, but he loves it. So
Yes.
where does that fall? Because he's definitely does not like being on that pull-up bar for 6 hours. Or 12
Absolutely.
hours.
And what I think is he's just twisted it in his mind. So him doing those things.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
also
He's
easier because it's
actually-
part of his identity now.
Yes, but this is kind of where it kind of leads into. He has done it so much that he technically likes it. He doesn't though. Like
Yeah.
you've read the book, right? Or at least one of the two.
Yeah. No.
He explained he doesn't like this
And
shit at
is
all.
who I was quoting when I said like make your life as easy so you can focus
Yeah.
on things was
Yeah.
Alex Hormozy. He definitely doesn't enjoy every moment of what he does.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was just talking about the health of the
Yeah,
brain.
yeah, no.
So instead of when you're 90, the health of your brain is like 110 or 120 because you drank or whatever the fuck else you did. If you just do things you don't like, wasn't going to. I didn't mean to like.
It's not like we're
No, no, no,
counteracting.
my
I'm
opinion,
just-
it
I'm just
almost
thinking
felt-
like, how far does this go? Like, does it have to be something completely different? It's like, let's say
It's not
a
necessarily.
part of my niche that I don't like versus me not liking to shovel my driveway. You know?
I
It's-
think it's literally anything you do not like. That's
so
what
anything
it's
you
broad.
don't like.
Yes.
So it can be part of my niche.
So
to say
every
like,
Yeah,
time
dude.
I come
I
here,
don't
my
like-
brain
Every
gets
time
younger.
you don't
So-
want to. So let's say you
So you're
don't want to go do
helping
the
him live
driveway.
longer.
You don't want to go do the driveway, and it's fucking piled to shit. But you don't necessarily have to go anywhere. Let's say, okay, you don't have to really go anywhere for the next day, and you're like, fuck, I could do it now or I could do it later. I know this is partially delayed gratification, whatever else, but
Not
this
delayed gratification, but
well, you're kind of like fucking yourself for later. Oh, so
That's
it's
not
not
delayed
delayed gratification.
gratification.
It's the reverse. Either way, point being is if you went and just did it, if you just got up and went and did the shit that you obviously I don't like fucking doing the driveway either. That's apparently better for your brain. So if you had
dude,
off
I have
put
a
it like
great
that,
opportunity for you.
what?
You can do my laundry because you don't want to do it.
And like
anytime he doesn't want to do something, it's like,
you know what's really funny
Gotta
is
help
it
your brain.
would actually probably do something.
That was just my funny point.
Yeah, I know, but
Uh,
I'm supplying it. Like
yeah.
it probably would. So you're gonna do mine and I'll do yours. Is what you're saying.
Fuck.
Because we
I
don't
take
want to
it
do
back.
it. Because we still have to do it. This might be a good system. We're going to talk about this later.
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
we are.
I like
So
that-
hiring a maid's not a good idea then?
We're hiring a maid. I'm making my life as easy as possible. I want my brain to be 140 when I die.
Kidding. That's so
I go for ease
I was
of comfort.
joking. I was joking. I'm never not
so I just
thinking
get
about a maid.
blackout drunk every day.
That's super good.
I liked this from the podcast is how you work when nobody's watching is like how you truly like are.
Yeah, absolutely. If you know, like if it takes somebody being in the room for you to push that extra bit of weight or go the extra mile or do that extra bit of paperwork, are you fucking even doing it because you want to do it? Like, are you pushing yourself really?
Yeah.
It
you don't think
takes
that
somebody
could be like extra motivation?
No, 100%.
So okay, there's no denying that. I'm not saying that either. Like it definitely gives you
okay,
more
but if you don't go to the
boost.
gym unless it's with
someone,
but it's also
going with someone makes it way easier.
that's kind of part of the point. I would
So-
say.
yeah.
You think,
Suck it
you
up.
don't- you
But
don't-
do
it's
it.
also
but, you're,
like,
but that's going back to what he's saying, making your life
Okay.
as easy as possible.
but also let me
Yes.
give this example, and that's more what this is
Okay.
tailored to. Is
I had a
someone
feeling, yeah.
is someone like a boxer or a like sprinter or like someone where all of their work is done basically by themselves,
Drills
not,
and constant.
like not on the stage, not doing
Right,
that.
yeah, yeah.
He applied it more to like business. It's like how hard are you like actually working? You know, like say everyone leaves at 5. Are you staying that extra few hours and are you working when nobody's around? Or are you all for show? Just being like, I have this business, I work so hard,
Yeah.
but you really don't.
Yeah.
That was more his thing. Is it's like, who are you when nobody's watching?
Absolutely.
Like, are you a piece of shit?
And
Are
it
you
does
not?
apply to like
Yeah.
pretty much anything, really. I would say, right? How hard are you willing to go without anyone watching? Like, because if
'Cause how many-
you're just gonna go to somewhat decent, mediocre, mid, as the kids would say today, then is that just for you? Do you want to be great, or you just want to be a show? Like, do you want to be
Yeah.
a product for the world to enjoy?
But how many people do you know? And I know we know a lot of people like this that talk like so much about their thing or what they're doing, say their degree, this business they want to start, but there's not ever actual progress. Whereas the guy that's actually going to do it, you're not going to hear about it because he's doing the work, not getting the praise, not getting the
It's often.
exactly.
The way you just dropped that
Especially
in there.
because you're in university, everybody's going to start this
Right,
magnificent
yes.
company.
Because
or get this.
everyone has a big dream when they're younger, but when they get older,
course.
But
Oh my
it's the
God.
people that aren't making progress, like not doing the work behind closed doors. Where
Oh.
it's the guy that's like, I'm going to be this neurosurgeon and make $1 million a year, and you see him blackout drunk every weekend, not even hitting in papers.
But like, what is people watching though? Like, is going in a public space and doing work there because it's more motivating?
No. Like
People watching.
when he says
you?
people watching, it's like
I like that Cole is questioning that.
no. I do.
You've been doing this whole pod, and it's kind of refreshing because we'll be saying something, and normally me and him will just gloss over it, say something, and be like, "Yeah, we agree," and then move along. Where you're like, "What
No,
the fuck do you mean
he's
by
like
this
devil's
statement?"
advocate.
And we're like, "Oh, hold on a second.
No. He's
Wait.
like almost like devil
Yeah.
advocate.
So go on. Yeah.
what were
yeah.
you saying? Like public space? No,
Yeah.
it's more like getting
someone
the
who
praise.
talks a lot and doesn't do anything. Is that what you're trying to get
Yeah,
at?
that's more like what it is, and like
It's all
you know,
talk, yeah,
Those
it's-
like and when they were talking about it, it was when Hormozy slept on his gym floor.
I know you're
And-
thinking of someone
What?
specific.
Oh,
I won't.
now that you
I'm
just
not
said
saying,
that, yes.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people like
Okay,
that.
I just know that recently
Even-
that has been on the mind. But yeah.
Yeah, and even
He's a perfect example.
like people that always talk about like the gym and this and that, but they never go, and like
Oh, I'll get
that's
to
a
it
whole
eventually.
different thing.
Buddy
but,
boy, we were
yeah.
talking about earlier. Were we talking about him with Cole?
Yeah.
Same thing. You know, oh, I used to do this much, or my max is this much, or I used to be this strong. Like,
But-
okay, but like,
But like if
fuck,
nobody's
man.
around, he's not doing the work. Like he'll only
No.
work out if someone's there to watch
You know-
and him for to flex.
So like spite driven in a way.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know
don't
if it's
know.
spite with this that particular.
No,
individual,
no.
Because
But
I'm
in general,
thinking-
I don't know if it's spite.
What I'm thinking is
Is
like
that-
how much of yourself is you doing it versus the people around you doing it, so you doing it.
That's conforming, though. That's conformist. You know what I mean? Like,
I
if
mean,
you're
you
just
are
doing
the sum of,
things
like, the
because
five
Like,
people.
because you're the sum of the 5 people.
Absolutely.
So you doing it behind closed doors is also because other people around you are doing it.
Yeah, that's fair. But I would also feel like that's kind of your choice
and
on what
we-
you're applying your energy
We're
to.
veering off, like, because this I did
We're
watch
going
the
off, like,
podcast,
yeah.
and so that's not how they were talking about it. Is
What-
like it
Yes.
was more in the sense of who you are when nobody's watching, like as a person, and like how hard you would work if it was just you.
I would argue
Not-
this is just our current interpretation.
No, and
That's
that's
all.
kind of why I like these because we
Yeah.
interpret it
Yeah,
different,
yeah.
and then, but that's more how they were explaining it is that they were the confident guys when they had nothing, and a lot of the examples in this also play to when you are rich and famous, not the average person. That makes sense.
So like you're talking like an athlete who stays
That
way longer
so
than like the training.
yeah, someone like a
versus,
Kobe
like-
or a
like, yeah,
Michael
like-
Jordan.
Yeah,
That's
right,
more
yeah,
what
yeah.
we're talking.
That
Like
makes
when
sense.
nobody's watching, he's putting in the work.
He's
He doesn't
still
have.
going.
It doesn't have to be at practice when everyone can watch him shoot that three. He's
Right.
going home after that practice shooting 300 more shots.
Continuing to do more.
That might have been a better way to
Yeah, I
to
could see
give
it that way.
context to the video.
Yeah,
I like
right.
the rant we went on.
Yeah.
because it shows it more for like the average person than extreme examples.
Yeah, fair.
And a lot of these do talk in the extremes because that's the easiest way.
Not only
to
the easiest,
outline something.
Not only the easiest, but that's also how those guys think too.
Well, 100%.
Right. That's how they live their lives. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's just how they are. Everything is extreme and done to the max. They're not half-assing anything in their lives.
Another thing I liked that they brought up was don't let bad things ruin everything.
Sure.
So how like the bad things come in 3, or like, oh, it's just been a bad week, like it'll probably still be bad, and it's because you let it. So it's like, oh, I missed my meal, or I couldn't make my meals in time, so like, screw it, I'm just gonna get food. Like letting
Yeah.
one bad thing lead to other bad things
Just
to where you can
domino
actually
effects.
stop
so
it.
like rolling with the punches or
It's a
type of
domino
thing.
effect.
Almost rolling with the punches and not taking it like,
going
oh,
with the flow with it of life.
yeah, like
Or not going with the flow, I guess, is kind of a bad example, but like things change, you just adapt to it more.
yeah,
than,
be more adaptive to where like someone will be like, their car will break down in the morning and they're like, oh, well, now I'm not going to go to work. So then they don't make enough money. So then they
Yeah.
can't pay rent. Like and then they're like, oh, it's been the work. And then because now they don't have a, you can go down
They
that.
let things happen to them.
That's more, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're on the defensive always. Where
Life is always a downward spiral.
No.
Downward spiral.
legit though. You have to constantly be
Time to
climbing
end it
up.
already.
It's the worst.
I think about it every.
Oh well, all right.
I don't know if we
Fuck.
can joke about that.
Are we ending on that on a suicide note?
no,
On a downward
Really cool,
spiral,
guys.
there's also like
Jesus.
upward spirals, right?
Fuck. Of
Like,
course. And everything seems to going great. Everything's going peachy. You know, things are going well. Progress is being made. But then there's always something that seems to stop it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just life. It's just life. It comes and goes. What goes around comes around. All
I-
that bullshit saying.
I like
C'est
this
la
one.
vie.
People are jealous of the trophy, but not the work. Like so.
Of course. They're
What-
like, oh my god, he just did a quadruple fucking 540 spin on the fucking half pipe.
But they're not.
Yeah, okay, he did 93,000 hours of skateboarding in
Broke
the
his
last 20
foot
years.
Yeah.
50
He's got
times.
50 broken bones. Let's transfer that to you. Oh, I don't really want that. Okay, so you don't want to be a man then. Like, okay, not a man, but like you don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be him. Obviously, you don't want to go the distance, the pain,
No.
the sweat, the tears. Those are the things that cost you
I
the
like-
cool fucking flip, man.
I like this one. The saying that Hormozy used is everyone wants the view, but nobody wants to climb to the top of the mountain.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone wants what's at the finish line, and most people are not willing to make the work.
And then there's the people that somehow manage to like pay for the result. Depending on the thing. Some things
Yeah.
you just can't. But some things, you know what I mean? Like they pay for the result. A fit body. Like the BBLs and that shit. And it's
Ozempic.
like,
Ozempic.
dude, like, fuck. It's so fake. How do you not resent yourself?
Or it's like the people who start a hobby and buy the most expensive things.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm
Yeah.
so glad we really
No.
didn't
We
jump
went
above
the
like
exact
that.
opposite.
We
Yeah.
went
And now we're like mid.
But that's not you starting the hobby. This was 30 episodes in.
Oh yeah.
we're talking about
yeah.
this.
No.
Oh,
I
you're
guess
talking
we
about-
didn't
that's-
start the hobby.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
To start the hobby, we spent very little.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
had-
saying,
you
though,
bet-
yeah.
You had, I mean, you have the phone. I don't know what you used his camera before.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
used it
You
for
had his
like what,
camera, and you
10,
put so you put
15
$70 for a microphone, but it was kind of essential because
Yeah.
I was gonna record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one microphone.
But so like you,
hey, man.
But it's not
wait,
like.
pass it over. I need to say something.
But it's not like we went and bought $300 mics and a
Yeah.
crazy stream deck.
Yeah.
100%.
and then just quit.
yeah.
And then you sell it
Yes.
for dirt cheap on Facebook.
Which is why, actually, I don't know if you knew this, we actually have like 15 to 20 episodes that are unreleased that we recorded from October to
yeah. We also did
January.
this before we even made a channel.
And then they're also like locked behind the paywall or what?
No,
At episode 100, maybe.
it
yeah.
is an idea, but in all seriousness, we have like almost 20 episodes that aren't released,
But
that
I
haven't
really-
been touched.
I do like how we have it where you can see the differences made, and we have like, for say in the future, if this gets super successful, we have the where if someone's like, "Oh, must be nice," it's like show them a clip of like where it started.
Dude, yeah.
Well, you ever do that with like, someone's YouTube channel? You click oldest.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
See, like if they didn't delete their videos.
Yeah.
That's the thing, yes.
And you see like where they came from, and like
I get why they would because it looks like.
do you know who Philip DeFranco is on YouTube?
Yeah.
Super, right? He doesn't have any of his older stuff.
Oh.
Because a lot of it was like, to him, I get super cringe.
I would
Like,
just
he
leave
used
it.
to- He used to say like certain things. He would use a lot of, I guess, derogatory
I
words.
mean, he's
that
a
we
little bit
use
of a
on our
femboy,
pod.
no?
What?
Back in the day, was he?
Yeah,
like,
he was a little bit
a little
weird.
bit,
Yeah, he was a little bit on the.
Could have swung both ways. you know?
Right, and I mean now he's got a wife and kids, and I'm not shitting on him if you ever watch this, which is so doubtful. But
maybe in 10 years.
But point being is like he had to delete all of his other stuff because the way his new image is, it was not fitting,
Mhm.
I
and it was
can
actually
see that.
fucking over his like current
Okay,
crowd
but that's
and stuff.
that's also what I do hate too. Is it's like people will bring up a 10-year-old tweet, and it's like the person has probably changed, or look at the time it was
Yeah.
made. Like look at old Disney movies.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
You can still see like those black and white ones, and it's like, whoa, those are like the most racist shit that I've ever seen.
Racist, feminist. They're
Like,
smoking.
fucking
There's
Django Unchained was less racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they said the N word 200 times. Like that was
Yeah.
less racist than some of the cartoons with no audio.
the,
How do they manage that? Like
That's actually impressive. That should be
that's what I'm
studied.
saying. Like,
that should
good-
be a class.
Good job. Like well done.
That's a
You
division
got
of
me to
history
go,
now.
Those Disney animators were for sure racist.
Oh, yo! Like,
That wasn't
yeah.
just for
Weren't they
show.
yeah, they were probably like.
Oh, they
Nazis.
were all very much
Yeah.
sympathizers.
Yeah. One thing
Not
that
fan.
I did want to touch on with the like it must be nice that like Hormozy said it like whenever he would say something like that, Hormozy just be like, yeah, it is. Like say like if someone says something like
It
must
absolutely
be
is
nice or oh it comes so easy to you, you can either argue with them and they'll still won't believe you, or you can just be like, yeah, it is. Like, oh, your arms are shorter, so you're better at bench. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that's why I'm better than you.
Yeah, for sure.
And he even says in it where he's like, that's like my darker side coming out, where he's like, I just don't want the competition there. So if I can knock them out with
just
oh,
a
yeah, it is.
simple little petty
And
agreement.
that's what I wanted to touch on when we were talking about
very Arnold
school and having like co-ops and everything to like help people find what they want. I also would never make that a thing because it would make competition for like.
I think that I'm pretty sure it is a thing.
Okay, but it's not popular if it is because
No.
But something like that, it's like no, actually, I wouldn't want them to find out. I want them to have some shitty job that
Yeah.
that they'll never get out of,
yeah.
and
The
then
other
they'll
one,
never
you're
be able
talking
to.
about finances though, then it's like yeah, I don't want them to know about.
No.
finances,
I said
though.
it'd
Does
be a
that
great
swing that
idea
way?
for society. I just wouldn't
Oh
want
my
it.
God, dude.
No. I don't want any competition.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
well, who what, was it?
No competition.
Was it Jocko Willings said that he's like, this is the softest generation ever. Like, if you even can stand up whatsoever for yourself, you can just walk over
Oh
people.
yeah, 100%. It's true though. It's 100% true.
Like, you notice, like, people are so sensitive.
Yep. Anything that you say or do, you have to watch what you say.
I think
what
it's the
you
environment
do.
you're in.
No, I'm saying
and I agree.
culturally.
But across.
I'm
the
saying
globe
across
right
all
now.
cultures.
Yeah, right now it's the
Like, look at the
softest-
censoring. Like, you can't even say, like, freedom of speech is not a thing on the
Dude,
internet.
it's soft as
Like,
baby
have
shit.
you went out in public and misgendered someone ever,
No, I don't go
No.
to Algoma University.
or like anywhere though?
No.
I feel like people make it such a big idea, like problem online, but it's not. As
Okay,
big
but
as
also go to a bigger city.
Yeah,
that
that's the
could be
thing.
what it
We're not
is.
around it a lot, man.
You gotta think,
just
we're like a
not.
little hick town.
That's
We're
true.
stuck in like the 70s at
But
best.
I feel like
Oh fuck, you're
even
so
the bigger
right, too.
town, they just don't care about each other, right? When you cramp so many people in, it's less personal.
no, but you're more likely to get a
Yelling.
reaction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't really see that here.
No, here you would rather just scurry away and do your own thing. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't mean us, but just in general.
But to be
people
fair,
don't
I
want
have-
confrontation.
I have had confrontations with people about ideas that were like more like touchy feely, and they like I've seen people have some wild reactions, and I usually just sit there and I'm like, "You're a child. Like you can't
I've had
control
that.
your own emotions."
I've had that where I literally had somebody argue with me about the vaccine and shit at the gym, and he was like almost yelling at us saying we should be thrown in jail because we didn't take it, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy has no way of controlling himself. And I literally just removed myself from the situation. I was like, I'm actually
Well,
done.
because there's no reasoning with someone like that
There
either.
was, trust me, there was no way at all I could have been like, to even talk him down and be like, hey man, we're done with this conversation.
So many
There was no
people
saving
are
it.
stuck in their opinions and like aren't willing to
Not willing to
veer
change
at all.
Not willing to change.
Oh, the older you get, the worse it is.
And
Oh,
then-
100%.
Another, sorry, I was just gonna say that's an example is fucking Joe Rogan always getting shit. He's always like, well, you said this 10 years ago. You said this fucking thing, and he's like, yeah, it was 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I've changed my opinions. I've grown as a human being.
No, and if you are
I've
someone
taken
that's
in
high
new
functioning
information.
or like wants to get far ahead in life, usually you constantly try to learn new things and keep that part of your brain constantly changing. Because, like you said, you get stuck in your ways. But if you're constantly rebuilding new neural pathways, that doesn't happen as much.
Isn't that like a problem with dementia? If you just live the same life over and over, you're more likely to get dementia.
Probably because you lose neural
If
pathways.
you do
They
no,
say-
if you do no new shit, I couldn't say that. If you do no new shit, like not even just shit, but anything, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Also, they say even like taking a different way home is beneficial for your brain
100%. Yeah.
than
Yeah.
just going down the same road. Like I take the same 2 roads to get to my work.
See, okay, for me, work is kind of stupid because the plant's like
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
but-
so to and from is literally only 2 roads.
no,
for
same
me.
as me.
But yeah, like you're down the street, you
Yeah.
go this way, that way. Like we can't really do any. We'd have to go out of our way, which would be
Yeah.
silly.
No,
But at
but-
the end of the day, when I do go to the gym and stuff, I sometimes will just take it. a
Or
different
like
way.
going, I guess
Or I'll
like
go-
maybe not worried by the like
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
anywhere.
But you're
But,
right. You're right.
Same,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
location.
But
Which-
also, like, constantly reading different topics and just learning different things will keep you probably, like, your brain at least active.
Because not even just different things, but different styles of writing too, right? Like if you want
Yeah.
to read maybe read articles for a few days, and then maybe you get into a novel, and then maybe you get into fiction or some shit for a little bit.
But
and
like I think something that would be like
stimulation like that, yeah.
educational, because there could be the argument. It's like, oh well, watching TV, but you don't learn anything unless it's like documentaries. But like
Yeah.
watching Friends or like
It's
something
brain
like
mush.
or like Young and the Restless that's been going on for 60 fucking years or
Holy
whatever
shit.
it is. You know what I mean? If your routine is you come home and then just watch that until you go to bed,
Oh
yeah,
my
you're gonna
God,
get
what are
dementia
you
because it's the
doing?
same thing.
Yeah.
So I think
And I would love to be able to say that there's like a way to study that, right? But it's like you'd have to just monitor these people for their whole lives. Like, how are you going to do that, right?
I would love to know how someone can do the same thing every day and not.
I agree.
I can eat the same thing and I can have a routine, but I need stimulation that's new.
Some
I
differences.
can eat the same thing for about like 2 weeks, and then I hook on something else and eat that for 2 weeks.
I've been
Okay.
eating that. Okay, that's fair.
I've
That's
been eating the
fair.
same thing for like 3 months, but
Oh, except for breakfast, I've been eating a muffin every day. For
Just
a
a muffin?
no, a couple eggs. Oh, I don't eat a lot. No.
no, but I mean
I was
people
like,
not
I was
even
worried
like
there
that,
was no
like
protein in
but-
the morning. That's
but where it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, I've been going to work here for 45 years, and every day I just go to the bar, and then I go
Have my
home and watch
beer.
An episode of whatever show.
I
and then go to
watched
bed.
the game TM.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like
TM.
I would love to know how someone, well, maybe they do, like, doesn't want to just kill themselves.
Yeah. I'm with you, man.
Reliving
well,
the
because
same
they're
day.
content. You're content.
with
See,
you.
I can't.
I
get
think it's a little bit
content.
different if you have a family. I think it's different.
No, I think I would
No,
still be
I
driven
disagree.
to get better in the gym, get
I think
better at
those
the
people have-
martial arts, get better in business and
Those
finance.
people have given
and-
up. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. My opinion is those people have no longer found the drive. There are examples that I can use. I won't name names that I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
from work. They're like, oh, I have my kid and my wife is okay. That's good. And I'm like, dude, you have another 35, 40 years of your life ahead of you. He's 49 years old. And I'm like, why don't you find a hobby? Start something. He's like, no, I'm okay. And I'm like, what do you
That's
mean
also
you're
how
I think
you-
he's
okay?
prioritizing his.
But
child,
that's also
though.
how
Yes,
you're-
he is, but there is time available. Is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say. You can't tell me right now that everyone who has a kid is just like, oh, that's it, man, locked in. That's just child for the rest of my life.
I guess
which-
it depends on the age of the child, but yeah, I can see.
Sure.
I see what you're coming from. but
Right,
it's like
right.
You still have hours in the day that aren't.
That's what I'm
But some
saying.
people want to use that to relax, which I don't fault them for.
I don't fault them either, but then they're not driven. That's just my opinion. Like,
But do you think
you doing this
what are
every
your
day?
priorities?
You're really you're mandating yourself
think-
relaxation every single day for the rest of your
I'm gonna
life.
put a
so long as you have
caveat.
child.
for like the
Yo,
first
wait,
18
let me
no, I'm
fucking
not.
For the
talk.
first exactly right. For the first 18 years, that's psychotic. Like,
Or say-
you're
I
just
would
gonna
say
forego anything you ever wanted
for
to
like
do for the first 18
Can-
years.
for
I
like
put the
7
caveat, though?
years.
Can I like round this out? Cause
Sure.
so
We also have to finish. I'm
yeah,
starving. I'm hungry.
Let me fucking
Okay,
talk.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Yeah,
but we're
you were talking in the circles.
not at all. You
I
know
was
what? We're gonna watch back. I'll show you some
No,
stuff.
it was
I'm gonna
circle,
show you
but-
some stuff.
I think
Show
the
you
caveat would
circles.
be like Cole was saying with the priorities. Like if his priorities aren't to become successful, but if he also complains that he wasn't able to do these things, that's where the
Yeah,
problem
I was
is.
yeah.
I was definitely
We need
making
more
an I
content.
was making an
Yeah.
assumption
That's
of
what
that,
I mean.
but yes,
if
absolutely.
you were watching this, you'd
Yes.
be like,
Oh, what
"Well,
the
he
fuck,
cares
yeah.
about his family."
Yeah, and it's
but
like, okay.
if he cares about his family, but he also is complaining about, say, something he's not doing, then that's on
This is
him.
what I'm saying.
Well, do you think he
Yes.
lost the spark, or what do you think it is? He never had it.
Some
some people just don't have
Maybe
it.
in this particular individual, might not have just never had it.
Because
Yeah.
it is where, as far as your brain works, because is it's your perceived deprivation of something
Yeah.
is usually what the motivator is.
Oh, buddy, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if you look at, say, you'd
we
be
know,
like,
we
well,
all know
what,
the feeling.
you'd be like, wouldn't poor people be the most ambitious to make money? But their perceived deprivation of it is so much less. Because you'll get someone that's worth $1 billion that is still gun ho to make more money, and you have someone that's on welfare that has no ambition whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's based on your perceived deprivation of it, and that would come from like upbringing or like how you're hardwired. But so as far as like
Isn't it
motivation
what
goes,
Warren Buffett's like everyone has money problems?
Yeah, everybody has money problems. They're just
Just
different or
what
bigger.
kind. Just what kind.
Hormozy says in business all the time, he's like, not much changes, just how many zeros are on the check.
Yeah, more money.
It's a game, at least for him, it's a game and the scorecard is just his bank account.
It's not more money, more problems. Just more money, different problems.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
and also you become better at dealing and more equipped with the problems. So if anything, they're larger, but they're easier to deal with, possibly.
Cole, thanks for having for coming.
Yeah.
out. Like, dude,
Thanks
this
for
was so
having me.
sick. Thanks
It was a good
for dealing with having a whole half hour just burnt for nothing.
I was like an
I
hour.
think it
and a
kind of
half,
like
but-
warmed us up for this.
Oh, I meant the half hour of
Oh,
actual recording.
yeah.
No, we were just chilling for
Yeah,
the
the
better
setup
part
was,
of it, but
yeah,
that
we've
half
been
hour
here.
sucked. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was unfortunate.
that's okay. We
Yeah.
brought it around. It was good.
We'll have to do this again. Fuck yeah! Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that was
hyped to, bring him back on and
Now we'll get him back on.
continue this. Fucking, we should have this as a segment. I think having Cole on should be its own special thing. It's gonna be
Yeah,
different.
do it like every once in a while. Have him
Well,
on.
not even just that, but I feel like when we have Luke on, they're gonna be confused. It's not gonna be like this at all.
I know, and I'm gonna be sitting here just trying to bring it somewhere like tangible, and
You
it's not
give
gonna
up.
happen.
Give up. He's gonna sit there, dude, and it's just gonna be like,
Yeah. No, I'm instantly
just
gonna
let
need-
it go. Just let it go.
Oh.
I'm gonna be like, so Luca,
I'm just gonna say,
how many times have you stroked it today, buddy? And he'd be
you're
like,
just
"Yo,
not gonna hear me
listen,
say
man."
anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a podcast where I sit here like this.
I beat it 30
Dude,
times.
dude, he's gonna be so about it. It's not even gonna be funny.
Oh boy,
Okay, buddy. Thanks, man.
All right,
we're
man.
out of
Appreciate
here.
it.
I
Love
want
it.
I want the triple. I
Oh,
want
the triple. Fuck yeah. All right, boys.
Okay, we're out.
Ciao.